putting a nice towel on the table because I'm going to take apart the television, and I like to do it with the screen facing downwards. Perhaps you'd like to hear what's going on before we start. All the diffusers are falling off the lights, not all of them, but most of them, for the most stupid of reasons. And I was changing over the televisions in the front room, and I banned everybody from coming in until I'd finished and told them to all stay out until it was all complete. Now Boudica, I sent her out into the garden in her chariot, and she was very happy out there doing a rolling around, and told the boss to stay out until I'd absolutely finished. And within 5 minutes she came back in and said, "Oh, I just want a bit of paper." And I won't tread on anything. I said, "Mind the TV, mind it, it's on the floor there." She says, "Okay, I can see it." Picked up the bit of paper she wanted, and then promptly waved it in there and said, "I got my bit of paper," and then stood on this. Next, I've got this big TV in my arms, you know, sort of out here somewhere. I'm trying to hang it on the wall. And she comes storming in again and says, "Oh, I just got to go to the computer." Well, because I didn't like the idea of it being sort of on the floor, I propped it up against the wall. And guess what? She swung a chair out of the way, hit the computer, and this went falling face down onto the floor with an almighty crash. Looking at this, as with everything, it's like take out all the screws you can see, and I can see the screws on the sort of peripheral of the around the back here. So let's see if we can find something that fits. I haven't got a bit of blue tack to stick round, and normally I put all the screws on to find out which one's the longest and which one isn't. I'm just going to leave them one side. You can't see what I'm doing in any case, but it's a big screen. I think you'll get the idea as I go along. These are all the screws I can see on the outside, probably are holding the back to the screen. I much prefer to do it this way, because if you sort of lift the screen off, they tend to be wobbly, and being so big it's probably crack. If I can get away with it this way, I'll be happy. Alright, do I? Yeah. Oh, by the way, I've never done this before, so I've no idea what I'm going to find. If the screen is cracked, then it's game over. I don't think it is, because I tried powering it up while I was... is that a screw? No. Why is it a screw? I tried powering it up after it all fell on the floor, and all I had was a load of bright dots over the screen like there was no tomorrow. Hopefully there's no bulbs, you know, LED's gone. So I've taken out, so far, I've taken out everything I can see around the outside edge, and that totals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws. Let's pick them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 screws. Who can't count? I should have a little box to store them in, but clearing everything away, I've moved everything. I'll start over here. I think these are pretty, screwdrivers are pretty useless. You know, I try things occasionally, so don't think, oh, that's a good set, I'll go and buy it. Don't think twice before you buy anything. See any more tools? I don't recommend any of them. Alright, let's see if there's any movement anywhere. That's interesting. I'll just sort of lift it up by the corner. It came up. Let's see. I'm more worried about the bottom edge, because there didn't seem to be any screws in the bottom edge. Weird. I've just spotted some more screws, and there's one, let's put it this way, there's a hole up here and there's one at the base of that hole. Similarly, there's another one here at the base of that hole, and there's two, it looks like 3 screws, one in a hole there, there and there. So let's get a screwdriver and take them out. Sometimes screwdrivers that are magnetic are useful, and other times they're a pain in the butt. So they all look like the same size screw that goes around the outside of the computer. So let's take them out. There's not much you can do in these things nowadays. Wasn't much I could do in them in the old days. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't like the box. I'll put them in a box of their own just in case there's any difference. Right, carry on. Let's see, get us in picture. I've already got up a bit, seems to be lifting enough. Oh, just seen 2 more screws. One in there, one in there. Oh, it's all screws. Yeah. Right, let's set it out. Put them in the toolbox. Seems to be coming away relatively easy. Oh yeah. There's something holding it down though. I reckon we got a look. I've got a feeling that there's something going on round here. So I'm gonna lift the TV up and turn around. Right. Yeah. I don't know what. Ah, I spotted a screw. another screw there. So I'll take that one out. Now this is different to all the other screws, and as is my want in life, I try to put things in separate boxes. Let's lift. Why's that not coming off? Oh, there you go. Well, that came off relatively easy. I'm going to find somewhere to put the back cover safe. It's very flimsy. If I tread on it or anything, it's bound to break. Well, I've moved the camera away so I can get a little bit more of it in. You can see it all. It's sort of all attached to this sort of panel, and you can just about see where the light strips run behind it. That looks like it clips in. There we go. That's out. Good. This is held in by looks like it's held in by 3 screws, and got ribbon cable. Which end should I take away from the ribbon cable? Well, worry about that in a minute. Let's undo those. It'll probably never work again. Who cares? Right. After I've taken this screw out, I'm going to pause because I want a coffee. I'm going a bit dry. Amazing this stuff, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. That I'll lift up. And I think I would, in preference, I'd like to undo the 2 ribbon cables there, I think. Although part of me tells common sense. What benefit is that going to do for me? Does it help me remove the screen? Yes, in many respects it does help remove the screen, because there's sort of there's 2 boards underneath these things here, and they look like they're attached to the screen. So if I remove them there, that I'll leave the screen free. Let's have a look. Well, the connections to the screen free. Perhaps that flips up, does it? Well, last thing we want to do is cause any trouble, so most of us are probably normally used to these things just pulling straight out, but they don't. And we'll flip that up. Be very careful, sort of waggle this around a little bit, and still no luck. Let's see what I can see. There we go. It does slide in sort of underneath the corners, so be very careful. Well, as with all ribbon cables, or these flexible PCB cable things, you've got to be as gentle as possible with them. If you damage them, it's sort of game over, and I've been as gentle as I can be. It's all about taking out screws and storing them so that you know where they go back. And in this instance, if you haven't got like a little box like I've got, I would suggest that you are a little bit more cautious about what you do. And showing up different approaches to take the screws out first, put them to the side where they fit in. Right, now I've got to loose this board off. whatever you do when you're working on something like this, don't put your hand on and sort of put your weight on it. You've got a screen underneath that could crack, and it'd be stupid to break it. Let's see if we can move this connector. Looks like it pinches together, although I could be wrong. Yep. No, I can't get that one out. Well, this connector up here has got sort of two, it's clipped in there, and it's sort of like a rock. So it rocks sideways, and you just pull it out like so. Comes out easy enough. And I'm going to move that over there for a minute. I was going to show you what I do with the screws. Put the screws back in the fixing holes, and then when you come to reassemble it, you'll know where the screws are. You don't have to screw them up really tight, but put them there out of harm's way. So there you go. One goes in there. I much prefer to have a box to put the screws in, but sometimes it's more convenient to do it this way. And when you're dealing with a lot of screws, and we are dealing with a lot of screws, this method seems to be okay. Well, hopefully. Right. That board. That board. That board. Right. Got to remove some stickies. That's interesting tape. I don't know where we can get some. I gathered that I don't like undoing connectors. Lots can go wrong. Oh, that's out of our way for the time being. It's a good place to stop. Now I've got two connectors down here, but as I said to you, there's a sort of board underneath these that seems to be attached directly to the screen, and I'll have a closer look at that in a minute. Well, I'll look at it now. Does it require me to detach anything? Right. Now, there's all bits of tape. Don't tell me to hold it in with tape. The bezel is accessible. You can feel these little clips that probably hold the bezel in. So let's oh, be nice to think I could get underneath it and hold it up. A bit of a dickens of a job to know where to start. Right, I'll come back to that.